keep it 100 because it's time for Hub's Huddle Podcast. Listen to the man that talks sports from football to basketball 24/7, 365. He is known as the average Joe that knows more than average about sports.
What's up, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Hub.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Hub's Huddle. Today is December 13th, 2018. Tonight, we got our last Thursday night football matchup of the year. This is a big one. This is it. This has a whole lot of implications on the AFC West and in the AFC in general. You got the LA Chargers traveling to Arrowhead, take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Chargers coming in at 10-3. Chiefs at 11-2. These are the only two teams in the AFC that got at least 10 wins. This is going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a lot of points scored here tonight. You're looking at Kansas City. Look like they're getting back Eric Berry tonight, at a perfect time, for them. Basically like the heart of the defense. He's coming back. But we're going to see if he's, how healthy that he is and, and what kind of impact he's going to have for them. Also, is a possibility that, the Chargers is probably going to get Melvin Gordon back tonight. He's listed as questionable as well. That'll be a big boost for them in that offense. But tonight, man, I'm excited for this one. I think this is going to be huge. I think a big game up in Arrowhead. I know the Kansas City crowd is going to be rocking and that stadium rocking. But just looking at the game in general, like Kansas City, in my personal opinion, like I said, Kansas City, their weakness is the defense. Like they played the Ravens last week, went into overtime, and I'll tell you this right now. If Lamar Jackson had, a better arm, as a throwing quarterback, they could have very well beat the Kansas City Chiefs last week. That's why like today, like I'm leaning towards, the LA Chargers, man. Like, and I know I'm undefeated on Thursday nights, and I normally been getting them right every week, but this game, I got the same kind of feeling I had with the Cowboys and the Saints. I got that same feeling. I think, the LA Chargers got what it takes to go into Arrowhead and beat the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. I know it's always rough for the road team on Thursday Night Football to come in off a short week, to travel to Kansas City or wherever else they might be playing at, over the course of the weeks, and they come in like lagging. But I seriously think tonight, I think the Chargers are going to get it done. I'm giving them a score of about, I'm going to say like 38-34. It's just that, I like the way, the Chargers been playing, with, the combination of Phillip Rivers and, Keenan Allen. And also if they do get Melvin Gordon back, hey, you can keep that, high potent offensive Kansas City on the sideline. But then on the flip side, you got Kansas City, they're going to be, missing Spencer Ware tonight. He's listed as doubtful, so I doubt that he plays. Also, Tyreek Hill's playing banged up. You got the Hill injury with the foot. So, I don't know how effective he's going to be tonight. You still got Patrick Mahomes, and, and it looked like the way things are going for Kansas City tonight without no Spencer Ware, they might just be throwing the ball a lot. He might throw it about 40 times tonight, just to air it down the field. So it's very important, for the Chargers to play that time of possession role here and basically keep that offense off the field. And you can force Patrick Mahomes into making some mistakes, throwing a couple of interceptions. Phillip Rivers just had to be smart with the football. And if you do have Melvin Gordon playing tonight, you got to run the football. If not, they do got the rookie running back in Justin Jackson. He didn't really have a good game like last week. He was held to 12 rushing yards on 7 carries. But week 12 and week 13, he was averaging 8.7 yards per touch. So, and he was pretty good. So maybe like the Chiefs defense, they do give up, yards to the running back. So even if you do have a combination of Melvin Gordon and Justin Jackson tonight, I think the Chargers will be in good shape. Like I said, I'm picking the Chargers 38-34 over the Chiefs. There's going to be a lot of points tonight. I think it's just going to be key turnovers that's going to happen for the Chargers defense that's going to, put the games in the Chargers' hands tonight. So I like that, for our matchup tonight on Thursday Night Football. I'm picking the Chargers over the Chiefs. Also, man, in other news that broke today, of course, Carson Wentz, he looked like more likely he's out for the year. Basically, they found a fracture in his back. And apparently the Philadelphia Eagles medical staff knew about this whole situation with Carson back, and they didn't tell Carson. And from what I'm hearing, Doug Peterson didn't know, but obviously the front office knew. I just think that's just pretty messed up, on the hands of the front office and the medical staff. I believe, the medical staff should be fired. I understand this is their first year there. But, when you think about that injury, and like if this dude's out here, I don't know the severity of the fracture in the back. It could have been worse over the year. But apparently it doesn't need any surgery as long as he gets rest. So the best thing for him right now is just to rest and keep his feet up. Just pack it in for next year, come back out stronger. I wish him the best of luck on his recovery. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I never want to see any player injured, no matter what team you play for, no matter what the player is. You never wish injury on anybody. That's why, sometimes, I get so angry with other football fans who, praise when another player gets injured. Like, why are you applauding this? That's, you're just an idiot for a fan. If you're going to applaud somebody being injured, man, that's not even cool. Like, I'd rather you be 100% and you come out here and you give us your all, I wish no injury on nobody, on no man, no man or woman, any sport. It doesn't matter. Injuries are a part of the game, and I mean, that's just the way it is. But, injuries are something that should never, ever be celebrated in sports, by fans. But, just speaking on that situation, man, I think it's just wrong. I think, the Philadelphia Eagles, they do owe, the players an explanation. They also owe the fan base an explanation. Something has to be said, to basically correct the situation. I heard two different stories. First, I heard it was, that the medical staff knew about it and they didn't tell Carson Wentz. They didn't tell Doug Peterson. And if you all know, Doug Peterson is a former, NFL quarterback. So I'm quite sure if he did know, like he would have told, Carson Wentz, like, listen, or he would have shut him down. Because, the way they make it look like they're saying, like, if Doug knew. But in the same time, man, some of the play calling, if you knew he had a bad back, you wouldn't be running so many RPOs in the game, setting this guy up to take this many hits as he took all year. And apparently this back issue has been going on for the past couple of weeks, like dating back to like October sometime. So, I don't know what exact game it happened in. A lot of people were speculating in that Jaguars game over in London, where Calais Campbell, he put a nice hit on Carson Wentz, and the commentators was basically saying, oh, he's slow to get up. He looks a little hurt. So that could have been where it started. It could have been before then, could have been after then, who knows. But then there's another story. I was listening to 97.5, The Fanatic in Philly, and Anthony Gargano was saying, one of his sources was saying that, basically like they looked at the back, they diagnosed the back today or yesterday, and basically said it was like a fracture, but it's starting to heal. Like if you just diagnose it, you can't say that it started to heal. That just don't sound right. I don't know what kind of, sources is that, but that just don't sound. You don't get diagnosed with something and then somebody say, oh, well, it's starting to heal. It had, especially if he's been actively playing every week. So, if it says that it takes rest for this kind of thing to heal, it hasn't been healing yet, but I just don't, like that as a fan of football, see anybody get hurt. And then especially if they don't even know, the severity of their own injury, because, they're withholding information. I don't know why, it just seems stupid to me. But that's an unfortunate situation for Carson Wentz, Philadelphia Eagles. I know he's coming up, contract year's coming. They're going to have to do something with him, extend him, or, whatever they're going to do. More than likely, they're going to extend him. I mean, but, if you look at that as well, because you look at, A lot of people are labeling him as injury prone. And if you look at, you were out last year, you got hurt this year. You got hurt 1 year with the ribs, I believe, and something else. But, they're going to look at that, that's going to kind of hurt when it comes time to be paid because, some franchises might look at you like, okay, well, you're hurt every year, so you don't get the money that Matt Ryan gets, even though you probably a better quarterback than Matt Ryan, but since you're injury prone, we can't pay you that kind of money. So, who knows what's going to go on with that situation. It's a lot to digest and to take in and to think about, especially for the fans, man. It sucks. This team went on a historical run last year, won a Super Bowl, of course. And, a lot of these fans are looking forward to it. And, a lot of things that I pointed out, anyway, once they came out with this stuff about him being hurt, and over the past couple of weeks, people were talking about how he didn't look the same as he did, before he got injured. And as I told people, man, listen, you come out from an ACL injury, it takes you a full year to come back. Like, this dude came back out here, end of September, beginning of October. He hasn't been out for a full year. He got hurt, maybe yesterday, last year of, last December. And, you're back playing, September, October. He didn't have a full, year rehab. And that also questions, the medical staff. If they, not seeing what they should be seeing in these things, were they medically correct to clear him to play at the start of the season when they did? And all these other guys that's out here injured, like Darren Sproles, for instance. I think it was like his hamstring or something. Like, dude been out almost all year until last week. So you trying to tell me that hamstring injury was that severe? Like, I don't know. I mean, it gotta be something got to be done, man. They got to take a look at this medical staff and get everything together and basically fix it. You cannot go on like this. I mean, this wasn't cool. It wasn't good news. When I heard it today, I just, it rubbed me the wrong way. Like I said, I was a little teed off a little earlier about it. And like I said, that's not even my team. It's just the fact that I don't like seeing players getting hurt. But then on top of that, I don't like hearing stuff like, the medical staff knew, but they never told the player, or they never told the coach, but the front office knew. Like, it's blame to be pointed somewhere, but like I said, wish Carson Wentz, the best in recovery. Hope he come back next year stronger and better than ever. But like I said, tonight we got a big matchup on Thursday Night Football. We also got some good NBA action tonight. You got the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Houston Rockets tonight. That's gonna be a good game, man. It's round 2, Rondo versus Chris Paul. So let's see how that all gonna shake up. Remember the first time these guys got into a little scuffle. Chris Paul said he spit on him, and they kind of got into it. So we'll see how it all shakes out tonight. It's gonna be interesting. I'll probably be flicking back and forth. Most likely, I'll be watching the NFL game. This is the big game. So I know the ratings probably gonna be off the charts here tonight. So that's it for me for today, guys. Like I said, I'm rolling with the Chiefs. The Chargers tonight, 38-34 over the Chiefs in Arrowhead tonight on Fox NFL Network. Make sure you guys tune in. This is going to be the big game. This might be the biggest game of the regular season. So, a lot of football this weekend. We got 2 games on Saturday. We got the Broncos and the Browns, and we got the Texans and the Jets on Saturday. So we got a ton of NFL action, all weekend. I'll be back most likely tomorrow or Saturday morning with my with the remaining picks of Week 15. So like I said last week, I went 8-8. Terrible. A lot of upsets, man. So that makes me 129, 77-2 on the year. So hopefully we bounce back, man. Like I said, I've been undefeated on Thursday Night Football every week. I hope this night tonight is not the first night I take an L. But that's it for me today, guys, man. Continue to keep listening to this. Continue to share it. Tell your friends, tell your family. You're at work. Put it on for the whole office, man. Put it on for the whole, you out there working, construction. Put on the radio for everybody to hear while y'all out there working, man. Wherever you work at, man. Put this thing on, man. If you got access to, your app and a speaker, man, put this thing on. Let everybody hear it, man. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for subscribing and liking and everything and sharing it with everybody. I really appreciate it. Until next time, man, this is your boy Hub, and I'm signing out. Peace.